What's up, everybody? My name is Dylan, also known as PatsFan177. Thank you for tuning in again today. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are enjoying what you see so far from this channel. This will be the second video I upload. I wanted to start by doing a quick little plug here for my Bleacher Report account. This is my PatsFan177 Bleacher Report. I'm getting close to 700 followers, and this is a good app that I use mostly on my phone, but here obviously on the computer as well. I use this kind of to get not just sports scores and news and highlights and stuff like that, but really interact with people through not only posts, but DMs, stuff like that. So if you ever did want to reach out to me, that's a very easy way to contact me. You can go on Bleacher Report, make an account, and DM me anytime. That would be great. Also, I do some posts on there, just written posts that I haven't really done when it comes to YouTube or anything like that yet. So I think that is a really good thing for me. Like I said, I'm getting close to 700 followers. So I try to follow as many Patriots fans on there as I can, get a lot of people who really do tend to enjoy the same things that I do, obviously, on a sports app. That's pretty important. So yeah, go check that out if you want to. Obviously, you don't have to, but I wanted to start off with that. Today's video is really just going to be about training camp. Now, it is Saturday the 25th today, and the process for getting into training camp obviously will be extended because of COVID-19, and I wanted to kind of go over that today. So Mike Reese, the great Patriots reporter here, is kind of laying down what's going to happen. So Monday, rookies and QBs will report for COVID tests and depart. Tuesday, remainder of team reports for COVID tests, depart. And Friday, possibly into Saturday, players with 2 negative tests during the week will gain access to the facility. So obviously, it's a drawn-out process. This is not normal. It's not usual for any off-season like this, but hopefully it'll all work out. You know, you hope as many people have 2 negative tests as possible. You hope everybody has 2 negative tests, and they have been keeping themselves safe. You obviously hope for that. I forget his name. I apologize, but the Chiefs guard that just opted out, he became the first player to opt out. I'm sure we will see more of those as we move forward into this training camp. But I did want to kind of do an off-season roundup as to who has been working out. Obviously, for the most part of the off-season, Jarrett Stidham was the QB1 for the New England Patriots, and then about, I don't know, a month ago maybe, with the Cam Newton signing, that all changed. So I'd like to kind of go through who has been working out and where. And obviously, last video, we did see the headline that Mohamed Sanu hired his coach to live with him and work with him pretty much full time. The founder of the Sideline Hustle. That's another account that I have been following closely because Mohamed Sanu has been on there so much and he's been doing so much work with that. And this is a good tweet here to look at the throwing sessions for all of these people. So you can see Cam Newton has had N'Keal Harry, Julian Edelman, Mohamed Sanu, and Devin Asiasi. And Stidham, his list is a bit longer. You know, you add Damiere Byrd, you add Dalton Keene, Gunnar Olszewski, Damian Harris, and Jakob Johnson. Those are the guys that he has worked out with more than Cam Newton. But it's been really cool because Cam Newton, obviously, being so new to the team and getting this work in with these guys, I think it's really great. One name I would like to see here is Jakobi Meyers. I'd like to see him get at least in one of these. I don't know if he has been. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to really see because Devin Asiasi, they didn't report that the first time, I don't think. They kind of went back and said, yeah, he was there too. So it could be something like that. But I did want to look, and I'm going to go back here and look at this. I can't really play it here, but these are the Dalton Keene and Jakob Johnson workout videos. And so they have been apparently working with the Sideline Hustle, the same place that Mohamed Sanu has been working with, and they've just been grinding. I love it because the thing is, when you've got young guys like that, you've got rookies, and you know that their off-season has been really strange and it's been really strained, obviously. It's great to see them kind of looking at these veterans like Mohamed Sanu, working with the Sideline Hustle and saying, okay, what can I do to make myself better? Maybe I could do this too. And they're not sleeping at all. They're grinding, and I love to see that. I know obviously the NFL, you work hard in the NFL, but they have been working extremely hard, and I really love to see what they've done. And one last thing I did want to kind of pinpoint here was that these 5 players that the Boston Herald gives as potential surprise cuts, and I'm not going to read out everything that they say about them. You can pause the video if you want to and read it, but here we've got Brian Hoyer, Matt Lacoste, Dietrich Wise Jr., Terrence Brooks, and Justin Bethel. Now, this is very interesting to me because I don't think Justin Bethel, and the reason I say this is because you know how Bill loves special teams, right? And he's got Matthew Slater, and they just signed Adrian Phillips, they signed Cody Davis, I believe. So the special teams is actually going to be a really good unit this year. It should be a very good unit this year, but I think Justin Bethel can do enough to stick around. He played relatively well. I believe he had at least 1 fumble recovery, I think. But I was very excited when they got him because I know that, you know, with Matthew Slater being the player he is, it's obviously going to be really interesting to see a guy like Justin Bethel, another Pro Bowl special teamer. And now Adrian Phillips, I believe, was a Pro Bowl special teamer. So it's funny that they have so many of those guys. Um, I would probably put it between these two, Dietrich Wise and Terrence Brooks, just because, you know, Dietrich Wise, he's had a kind of disappointing year last year, and you know the defense has been okay. I still could see him stick around, but if someone like they said Nick Thurman or Nick Coe maybe could take his spot, you never know. We'll have to just see how it plays out. Obviously, it's way too early to tell right now. And then Terrence Brooks. Terrence Brooks is one, again, I say, you know, Adrian Phillips and Kyle Duggar, they mentioned it as well. You know, you've got a relatively strong position there. You've obviously got Devin McCourty and Patrick Chung still. So it's a very deep position. I know they traded away Deron Harmon, but they draft Kyle Duggar, and then they get a guy who's primarily a special teamer in Adrian Phillips, but can still play defense. So you never know. It's going to be very interesting to see. I think Matt Lacoste will kind of be that veteran presence in the tight end room. You know, it would be something definitely to see 3 rookies make the team or Ryan Izzo, but I think Matt Lacoste probably has the inside track over Ryan Izzo to make the team. And Brian Hoyer, it's very possible that the Patriots could keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster. They are not opposed to doing that, and if Bell feels that Cam Newton and Brian Hoyer are going to be good for Stidham's development, assuming of course that he still wants Jarrett Stidham to be the quarterback of the future for the New England Patriots, then of course that would be a good thing to keep around. I think Brian Hoyer, he doesn't get enough credit for some of the work he does. I will always love him for that story that came out after Super Bowl 53, that he was apparently so integral in kind of simulating that Rams offense, and you know how that worked out. They gave up 3 points. So yeah, I think Matt Lacoste is one guy. I almost want to say him, but he might have that role. I believe, was it Algie Crumpler? I'm not sure. I might have gotten that wrong completely. But they kept one tight end when they drafted Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. They kept like a sort of more veteran tight end. So I think they'll probably lean more towards that. You know, Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene, 2 new guys, probably trying to keep them from being way overwhelmed and just get a guy that, even though he didn't really have a very good year at all last year, just keep that veteran presence there so that they can develop at least in both of their first years. So I think that about wraps it up. We'll see how it goes with the testing and everything. I hope that that'll go well, obviously. I'm praying for the best for them. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you'll stick around. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again next time.